Welcome inside the New York Bobcats locker room here at the Twin Rinks. Carmen Vetrano with you, and alongside me is New York Bobcats head coach Craig DeRemus, who joins us for the Coach's Corner. And Craig, let's just get right into it. I know a busy weekend. Last weekend, Columbus Day showcased the first in the Eastern Hockey League. Your club was going to play 3 games, and the first game against the Valley Junior Warriors, you guys were able to shut them out 2-0. And again, with the showcases in the Eastern Hockey League, it's not 3 periods, it's 2 halves, so you're able to keep them off the scoreboard. And again, Patrick Cavanaugh, I mean, what can you say? The guy, first year here with the club, he was able to pick up the shutout. And again, a 2-0 win, a 2-goal game, dangerous lead in hockey. So I know that was a tight game, but just your thoughts about that victory.
I think what you have to realize is that it was a tough day for our guys. We were up at the facility by 5:30 in the morning, took a bus ride up there, and then basically got off the bus, stretched, and played a game. So happy that we were able to come away with the 2 points. We knew it would be a tough one based on not only the team, Valley, who's gotten off to a good start this year, but also the fact of the travel coming into it. I'm very happy that our boys responded well. And we spoke about having the ability to win games when you don't play your best hockey, and I think that was it. And like you said, coming away with a shutout is crucial in that. Cavi's been great for us in the pipes all year, came out with another stellar effort. And truth be told, when you look back at the game, it was much tighter than even the 2-0 based on the quality of saves that Cavi made, especially from the A area for them. So proud of the team, happy to come away with 2 points on the road.
On that next day, the club takes on the East Coast Wizards, and they're a team, again, their expansion last year. I mean, a lot of things, kind of building from the ground up, if you would, and just unfortunately the club falls short to them. 2-1 game, again, a game that a couple bounces here or there. I just, I know talking with you guys earlier, just the effort wasn't there, but just anything maybe positive that you could take from there, or just it was a game that you guys would just like to forget?
Probably like to forget it, but I'm pretty positive it won't happen again. We voiced our displeasure with the team, and it's no discredit to the Wizards and what Coach Freddie Maher does with that club. We spoke about before the game how well coached they are and how good of a job he does in improving his team throughout the year. So we knew it wasn't going to be the team that got blown out in Game 1. But at the same regard, we just didn't play our style of hockey, our brand of hockey. There was no communication. There was no commitment to doing the little things right. And the buy-in factor as far as the team and how we want to play, the style we want to play, the brand of hockey we want to play, it was just absent in every aspect of the game. We came out in the second half despite being down 2 and clawed our way back in within reaching distance in 2-1 with Ryan Hill picking up a goal with us having the man advantage. But we were able to get the equalizer and unfortunately, failed to pick up those 2 points on the road. And aside from the 2 points was just how unprepared and how unwell we played. Can't happen again, just unacceptable effort.
Well, that next day, the final game for you guys was against the New England Wolves, and you pretty much, blew them out of the water. I think a lot of, pent-up frustration from that game against the Wizards. It was a 9-2 game. In that second half, the club erupts for 7 goals, and again, Cavanaugh on net, he picks up another win for you guys. But just maybe what were some things that you saw differently from that game, maybe against the East Coast Wizards to the Wolves? Because again, the Wolves are a team, second year here in existence in the AHL, a lot of rebuilding and a lot of things that, they have to kind of start from the ground up. But, 7 goals in 1 half, you have to feel pretty good about that.
Absolutely, and I think the way, like you said, the way we went about it with erupting in the second half, the brand we want to play is where we wear on teams. We're relentless, we keep coming at them, and things may not crack in the first half, first period, but we want to be a 4-line team that could wear teams down, and we're able to break their back in the second half, like you said there, and jump on them. Again, Cavi gets overlooked, but he played a great game in net, made a lot of timely saves, got beat on 2 of their power play goals. However, they were probably more of bad coverages by our defenseman in front of the net, more so than Cavi making a mistake on it. So, again, happy we were able to get the offense untracked and get some goals there and get some points on the board. And obviously, anytime you want to leave a weekend, you want to leave it with a positive taste in your mouth, and we did so. When you talk about the Eastern Hockey League, we were able to play in front of over 100 scouts this week. I think a lot of our players got spoken to by a lot of great universities and colleges with some good opportunities for them academically and athletically. And at the end of the weekend, again, we're not content. We're not satisfied with the 4 points, but it's a good job and a tough weekend with a 5-hour bus trip.
Well, after that showcase, the club actually is going to enjoy a nice Saturday off. I mean, only really 1 game this weekend. It's Sunday against a division rival New York Apple Corps. And again, so a lot of things to work on, a couple of things to, in a way to, work on, relax, etc. But, they're coming in and, they're a club right now that's just kind of been struggling. And, it's still early. I mean, I know taking a look at the schedule, a couple tough opponents, but right now, they're a team that, it's desperate for a win. So just, what's been on the drawing board this week to just, kind of come out and keep the momentum going?
Again, I can tell you this, that we literally haven't spoken about them yet. We're more worried about our club right now and improving our club. We will get into what Applecore is and who they are as the week goes on. I've mentioned it before in the past. Anytime you play a rival, it really doesn't matter what the standings say and where people are at that given time. It's going to be a tough game, obviously. The New York Applecore and the New York Bobcats have had a rivalry going on for years. There's a little bit of a respect there for both programs, but no love lost for sure. So we know they'll be coming, gunning for us, and be ready for us. If you look at their games, they haven't gotten blown out in a lot of games. They have great goaltending up front. They battle hard. They compete. Lou does a good job of preparing his team and getting ready to go. And like you said, they've come up on the short end of the stick versus a number of good opponents. But we have to be ready to go. And if we're not, they'll nip us in the bud for sure. So we will get into their game plan and what we want to do. But early part of the week here, it's been about what can the Bobcats do better on a day-to-day basis.
All right, best of luck Sunday.
Thank you very much.
All right, fans, don't forget you could log on to fasthockey.com this Sunday to watch the Bobcats take on Applecore. And for more information about the Bobcats, head to nybobcats.com.